Thank you for staying with us here on the station where you look and live. And we are still with Solomon, and he is powerful story, Solomon, I must admit. And now you're here telling us about GLC and what you do. Exactly how is this funded? Is this your full-time job?
Okay, now I'm turning it into my full-time job. Let me explain something about GLC and to where we have arrived at this point. Yeah. GLC, when Bishop Dungo founded it in 1996, nobody wanted to hear about joining hands to go and rescue chokoras. Adults at that, guys who have just drunk their own money. So, but he needed to register it. He needed the government to recognize, because you can't just put a bunch of guys in a place like this without some form of registration. So he registered this thing as a family thing. Him, his wife, his son, and his brother. And that's the way it had been operating for a long time. Yeah. This was supported by the bishop's friends, well-wishers, basically just people within the bishop's network. Because of that registration did not leave it open for any kind of donor funding. Because it's more or less just a family outfit, a personal thing. But last year, the bishop died. And after he died, at this place, the people who are helping him, they started backing out. Because they were helping him as the person, not so much that they are because of the cause. Now, having worked with the bishop for a long time, on bringing others so that they can get helped here, I didn't want to see it close. Again, there's the bishop's children, John and Mary Wanjiko. They also have contributed greatly to the continued running of GLC. Yeah. So we got together because at a certain point a few months ago, say 4 months ago, GLC would have surely shut down. There was no money to run it. Sometimes we get up to 40 people here. There is medical bills. These houses here you have to pay. All this is rental. Yeah, this is 32,500 which you have to pay. These guys' food bills are about 2,000 shillings a day. There is medical costs. Even though the social workers usually help us out in Kinamama Lucy, Kenyatta Hospital, the fact is there's still transportation and prescriptions. So to run a place like this, you require at least 200,000 every month. There is staff here who are voluntary. There is staff here who should be receiving something, but you reach a place you are unable to pay them. Personally, I am not paid by the center. I have another business that I run in Roiro. So about 4 months ago, this place was going to close. But when you look at work that has been done for over 20 years, you look at the amount of people that it has helped to bring in, the people it has given hope, the families it has reunited. Then we went to prayer and said, God show us a way that this is going to work.
Greater Life Concern is a ministry that was started from a burden that God had given my father, the burden for alcoholics and drug abusers, street men. And right from the time I was really a young boy, I grew, seeing my dad coming in with, or bringing in men, from the streets. And he would come, and they would come, and first of all, share the love of Christ with them. And then secondly, have them washed and changed, and, stay with them, a number of days, months, until they are able to pick themselves up and reintegrate back to the society. And this was the burden that my father had. He used to share with me the scripture in the book of Luke chapter 14 and from verses 24, where he says that the kingdom of heaven is open even to those who are in the streets. that Jesus came for them. Amongst the missions, the mission that Jesus had, it was to set the captives free, to proclaim freedom for those who are bound in the prison of alcohol and drugs. And that is a passion that he had. And I grew seeing that, and I loved it. I loved it because when I saw chokoras transform, and when I saw drunkards changed, I could really see that God is at work, and God really changes lives. Some of them would come off the street, be rehabilitated, get married, some go back to their families, some start businesses and they're doing very well. And you could see that God really transforms life.
John, the pastor, the bishop's son, is also a pastor. We then had a meeting with him. We decided we will invite people from outside of GLC. We will also open up GLC from a family outfit to this is a societal problem. We won't take it back to society, so we decided to open it up. So we have now a board of trustees. We have a management board with people from outside. We have advisors from outside. And then now my role is simply the project coordinator. Yeah. Now, I just want to show you how it was not God's will that this place closes. I told you 4 months ago, we were rock bottom, we were going to be kicked out of here. We were, I think, 5 months in debt about rent. We owed every shop around here. But the moment we opened it up, we called a few friends. And I remember one guy called Dr. Gitau, who is in the NGO world, who has really assisted us. He brought along a group of friends to brainstorm. Out of that was born an idea, because these are mainly we are dealing with men's problems. We had an idea to do a fathers and sons event here. This fathers and sons event, we wanted to bring people from the middle and upper classes, fathers and their sons, to come here and interact with the rehabilitees here. We did that event, people visited. That event, I think, was on 27th April, around there. Since that time, people came and understood what this organization is about. One man who was here immediately went and donated 3/4 of an acre of land in Roiro. It has, you can see how the facilities for GLC are very small over here. It has a 20-meter by 60-meter barn, meaning that is 60 feet by 180 feet. It was built. All we needed to do is refurbish that building. It can take a greater number of people, plus we can have trainings, we can have a training workshop there, a chapel and other things like that on that end. And it has water, it has electricity. So plus we have a place where guys can have work therapy. They'll be able to do some chicken keeping. They'll be able to grow their own crops there and that kind of thing. Somebody then donated 44 beds. You have noticed here there are no beds. After donation of that 44 beds, we needed an architect came along and just said, I'll do the services for free. A contractor came along and said, I will do these services, I'll give my services for free. After they did their BQ, we told, okay, we need about 200,000 to renovate the premises. About 120,000 was donated there on site. And then in Akazi. From there, we have seen guys giving of their time. A vehicle was given even for this work. Somebody just took out another vehicle and said, hii fanyeni nayo kazi. So we want to bring in the society. Yeah. We want to bring in the society to assist, because this is a problem. Let us remove this stigma. that is associated with addictions. People don't want to talk about it, yet it affects almost every family. Talk to 1 in 5 people, they know somebody or somebody in their family has got an addictions problem. Let us come together as society. Let us work together. So that is, GLC is just funded by well-wishers. Right now we are relying on well-wishers to help us fund the place. It costs about 15,000 shillings to rehabilitate 1 person per month. But we don't limit people to that. We just ask guys, you visit, come and see. Where can you help?
I think GLC has had about more than 1,000 people passing through here. More than 1,000 people passing through here, one by one, receiving the gospel. Then the message of hope that their life can start again, that their lives can change, that they can become people that are important in this society, that they can contribute to the society and to the building of this nation with the love of God.
Is it clothes you can bring? Is it your time? Is it just time you come and sit with guys here? We have had professional counselors who just come here, do one-on-one sessions, and that greatly helps.
We give our services to even the guys in the streets, the guys who cannot afford services elsewhere. And as a company, as Lifeway House, we have come in and we are introducing professional input to greater life concern. We have come in to give them life skills training. We have come in to give them psychotherapies. We are on our way to providing aftercare program so that in their halfway house we'll be introducing our life skills training, our soft skills that they are supposed to recover with so that we minimize relapse. Relapse has been a very crucial aspect in recovery, so that people have been in and out of rehabilitation centers because they have high cases of relapse. These cases of relapse has been facilitated by the unfinished or maybe the unfinished program that they have been having in the centers. And that's why we are coming in. We are making sure that they have self-reflection. We have therapies with them. They disclose their issues. They disclose their challenges in their social life, and we make sure that they recover fully.
So any help is welcome. Just your time is enough.